Hey besties, welcome back. Have you ever crafted with salt and pepper shakers from the Dollar Tree? We're going to try one today along with some other super fun snowman DIYs. I have this salt and pepper shaker set from the Dollar Tree. They also have these at Family Dollar, by the way. And what I'm going to do is just start off by taking the lid off, and then I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum chalked linen white paint, and I'm going to paint all on the inside of both of these salt and pepper shakers. I like doing that because then I don't have to worry about the paint getting scratched off or anything like that. Also, it doesn't have to be a perfect coat. Just put as much as you want in there. Then I'm going to take some black chalkboard paint and I'm going to make 3 little buttons on the front of each of the shakers. Now I've got these little foam balls. They were actually like pieces of snow that came in a packet of different size snowballs. I think they're from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to hot glue them to the very top opening of the shakers. And then I'm going to take the little lids, and these are going to become little caps. I'm going to put some hot glue inside and then put them kind of at an angle on each of the snowman heads. And I just think that's so cute. I was inspired by something I saw on Pinterest. I'm going to take this orange pipe cleaner. I'm just going to snip off 2 little pieces, one for each of the noses. And what I'm going to do is bend the top in so the pointy part is what sticks in, and then just kind of round out a little bit the end that sticks out so you don't poke anybody. And just put one on each of the little snowmen. Next, I'm just going to take that black paint again and my fine art brush, and I'm just going to make eyes and little dots for the mouth on each of these little snowmen. I just think these are adorable, so easy. I'm going to take 2 pieces of Dollar Tree ribbon. The first one's going to be black and white gingham ribbon. I'm just going to tie it around and hot glue it to the neck now. I'm going to tie it in a granny knot and just kind of play with it until I get the ribbon to lay the way I want it. Of course, I do end up having to use a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place, not only at the top where the knot is, but also down on the side where it's going to hang. But I'm going to cut off the excess first. And there's where I'm just going to put a little drop of hot glue and make sure that it's nice and secure. So that's the first one. Then I'm going to take the second one and I'm going to use a red and black gingham ribbon. And I'm going to do the exact same thing and just glue that on, tie it around his neck, same thing, kind of cut off the excess and just tack down with some hot glue the piece in the front to make sure that it stays where I want it. That's it for that. So easy. I mean, it just doesn't get much easier than this. These are done. You could put these on a tier tray or anywhere you want. What a cute idea. Easy, fun, and you could even do it with the kids or grandkids. Let me know what you think. For this snowman DIY, I've got this wine bottle, and then I've got this thicker twine from Walmart. I'm going to combine the Nimbus and steel colored paint, and then I have chalkboard paint and pumpkin paint. I'm going to use my heat tool from Amazon to take off that label. It works really well. And then I'll use my Goo Gone to get off the sticky stuff, and then I'll just clean it off. Now I'm going to use that combination of the Nimbus and steel paint and paint the entire bottle. It took about 2.5 coats. Now I'm going to take my linen white chalk paint, and I'm going to paint what would be almost like a half circle, but longer. So I don't know, it kind of looks like a ghost, to be honest with you. I'm going to just do that right at the bottom. And you can make this quite as big as you want, but this was about the size that I thought it should be for this particular bottle. And it takes a couple coats to make that a nice solid white. Now that I've got that dry, I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to draw what looks like a smile and then go all the way up in a triangle but a little rounded tip. And that's going to become the snowman's nose. And he's looking straight up in the sky. So you don't see his eyes, you just see his nose tilted up. And I'm going to paint that with the pumpkin color chalk paint and do a couple coats of that. Then I'm going to take some black paint and I'm going to make a smile because you can't see his eyeballs. They're way back, but I can make all the little dots to make a smile. I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to make a snowflake using the white paint. So I'm just going to make like a crisscross, and then when I get to the ends, I'm going to make little circles like right at each of the 4 ends. This is such an easy way to make a snowflake. After I've got these circles the way I want them, I'm going to take the paintbrush and make these cute little like kind of hash marks, whatever they're called. I'm going to do them all pointing out towards the circles on all 4 sides. There you go. There's your snowflake. Now I'm just going to make dots all over the rest of this bottle. Like it's just snowing everywhere. This is so adorable and so easy. Now I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm going to start the rope at the top. And this is a little thinner than the twine from Dollar Tree. This is the one from Walmart. They have this for a very good price. And it's usually way bigger than what you see there. I've been using this for over a year. And I'm going to just glue around the first time, and then I'll just go ahead and wrap until I get to the point where I'm almost where I want it. And then I will glue it down a couple times to make sure it stays in place. And you can put as much or as little as you want on there. It probably just depends on the neck of your wine bottle. This one was really nice and gradual, so I just thought this was the perfect amount. There you go. And I felt like it needed one more thing, so I'm just going to take this blue and beige twine and I'm going to tie just a knot around it, and I'm going to trim the ends, and that's it. Just kind of give it a little extra, interest. I really love how this turned out. I think it's adorable, and you could put pics, greenery pics if you wanted to, or something like that in it, and I think it's just so cute. For this snowman DIY, I've got 3 little crate pieces from the Dollar Tree. 2 are the same size and one's a little bit smaller. You can find these in the Crafter Square. And I'm only going to paint around the edges on all 3 pieces. That's all I need for this one. The rest is going to be covered. And then I've got this self-adhesive wall tile, and I'm going to take it out of the packaging. And one thing about this tile, I learned this in the past, if you're going to cut it, then you need to take off the adhesive backing. So first I'll remove the plastic. Then I'll cut a little corner and pull off that sticky part right there and take it off so that I can cut the wall tile. If you're going to use the tile in its entirety, then do not do that. Use it with the adhesive. But if you're going to cut it like I am, that adhesive just comes away no matter what you do. So now I'm going to position these pieces on there so they're kind of in order, and then I'm just going to cut them out the way that I traced them. So you end up with 3 pieces that will completely cover your little crates. I'm going to hot glue them on to each of the respective crates. Super easy. And the part where I traced is going to get trimmed off. You'll see here in just a minute, because that if you cut on the outside of that, it'll make them just slightly big, and that's perfect for this. So see what I'm doing? I'm just taking my scissors and cutting around all 4 sides. Now I'm going to attach the other ones the same way and trim them exactly the same way so they're all covered. Now I'm going to take my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I'm just going to paint over all of them and give it that nice white look, but the part that had color underneath makes it look distressed. I'm going to turn it over and position them exactly where I want them. I'm going to use this rope I have from Walmart, and I'm just going to double up as much as it would take to do one side and a little bit to hang it. I'm going to hot glue it starting at the bottom, go up the side there, and then go up to the top piece. Then I'll pull it up to leave enough for a hanger. And then I will start on the other end and do the same thing going up, and whatever's left at the top is your hanger. Super easy, and it just makes it work out perfectly even. There we go. Now I've got some little scrap pieces of wood from old Dollar Tree signs and a frame. I'm just going to use my cutter, and I'm going to make a brim of a hat and a top of a hat. This one needed to be flat, so it was super easy to do it this way. I will sand around the edges to make sure I get off any rough edges, and then I use my marker to color everything black again. And then I'll hot glue the 2 pieces together, and there's my little hat. Got this star from the Dollar Tree, and I want to turn it into a snowflake. So if you cut off each of the points and leave those ends open, do you see what I mean there? It becomes a snowflake. I'm just going to paint it white, and I'm going to hot glue it right on to the hat. And I think this is so adorable. I've got this scrap fabric. These were actually pajama pants, and I've been using them for crafts for the last couple years. I'm just going to tie it into a knot. I'm going to tack it down with some glue, and then I'm going to put a little bit of greenery and some really pretty berry picks on there. And that is it. What an adorable little tile snowman. I think he's so cute, and I just love the way he turned out. Let me know what you think. This wood slice that I got in a whole set of them from Amazon, and I'm going to take my white paint, and I'm just going to paint like not a perfect circle, actually kind of a messy circle around the inner part. I don't want it to go all the way to the edge purposely. Then I'm going to cover up where the hole of the hanger is and put a little ball there, and so I can see where it would land. And I'm going to make 3 buttons that look like they kind of fell apart. I'm going to take my pencil, and I'm going to write the words, "Oh, snow." And I kind of started in the middle of where it was so that I could get it centered. And then I'll take a black marker from the Dollar Tree, and I'll just go over those letters that I penciled on there. This is one way of making sure that they look pretty decent. You can use a cutting machine if you want, or stickers, but it's such a small area, I felt like writing it made sense. Now I'm going to take that little styrofoam ball and it's going to become a snowman's head. I'm going to put the eyes on and then a little sad mouth. Now I'm going to take a piece of orange pipe cleaner. I'm just going to shape a little nose out of it, and I'm going to clip off the excess, and I'm going to hot glue the nose on there. This nose isn't going to be poking out, it's just going to lay on there. And now I'm going to put a bunch of hot glue and put the head right where that hanging hole was. And then I've got this little red piece of rope. I'm going to tie that around like a scarf, and I'm going to trim off those ends because this was from a gift bag hanger. I'm going to tack down the scarf, and then I'm going to take some real branches from outside, and I'm going to hot glue them on to be like the snowman's arms. Obviously, this snowman has melted, but he's still so cute, and I just thought this thing was adorable. It was also inspired by Pinterest. I love all the things I see on Pinterest. They give me such great ideas. I've done this before. I take an old ribbon spindle, and I just pull off the top piece, pull off any excess cardboard around the center. I'm actually going to take this blade that I got on Amazon, which will be in my Amazon store down in the description box below, like all my Amazon stuff is. And I'm just going to cut around to make it shorter. Then I'm going to trim around the brim of the hat because it's just a little bit too big for this snowman head. Then I'm going to take little pieces of what was left that I took off of the top part and just glue them on. I mean, if you're going to go trash to treasure, this is it. If not, I could have built this out of perfect, cardboard, but I just thought I'll just use what I have. I'm going to use a black permanent marker. I'm just going to color the entire hat and the little edges and the bottom too, to make sure that he's nice and black. If I had any snowman hats around, I would have used them, but I didn't. So I thought this was the next best thing, just to make my own. And boy, is this an easy way to do it. I'm going to hot glue the hat right on top of the little snowman's head. And guess what? That's it. This is so easy, and how adorable is this? Oh my gosh. I just think he's so cute. We always see snowmen that are intact, and I thought a little melted snowman would be so cute. I love him, and he's going to go on one of my tier trays for sure. Rectangular piece of wood from the Dollar Tree is so cool. There's so many things you can do with it. Today we're going to make a little snowman hanger with it. So I'll remove the tag, and then I'm going to paint the entire thing in the Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint. I'm going to do everything, the sides, the edges, you name it. I'm only going to do one coat of this. Once I have it, I'm going to take my black chalkboard paint and a fine-tipped art brush, and I'm going to make the eyes, and then I'm going to make a little mouth. Now, I had this idea of making a mouth with like little squiggly kind of, I don't know, like little U's little U's going around the top of it, and I didn't like it. So I'm going to turn it into more of a smile. So you watch what I do here. See, I'm paused, and I thought, I don't like this. So now I'm just going to add a little bottom and go over the top and fill it in. And now I just have a cute little smiley face. Kind of reminds me of the Kool-Aid pitcher man. If anyone is old enough to know what that is, I just dated myself, I know. But if you know what that is, let me know down in the comments. I'm going to take this orange pipe cleaner. I'm just going to wrap it around kind of in the shape of a snowman nose, clip off the excess, and then I'm just going to glue it right down to the face of my snowman. I could have painted it, but I kind of like the three-dimensional aspect of adding the pipe cleaner. Next, I'm going to take some buttons that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to dump them all out and try to find 3 that are similar in black. I got it pretty close, and off camera I hot glued those on because I forgot to film that. There they are. I also tied an old shoelace around his neck for a scarf. And then I've got this excess piece of fabric that I had laying around, and I made a little hat for him. I made a hanger in the back with some rope and masking tape. And then I'm just going to take this cute little silver poinsettia pick, and I'm just going to hot glue it and put it right on his little hat. And I think this looks so adorable. He's just so festive, and you could hang him anywhere you want. You could even hang him in the middle of a wreath, or you could just hang him. He could be a big ornament even. I'm going to take some of these little greenery, they're frosted greenery picks. I'm going to cut one in half, and I'm just going to put some hot glue and have it sticking out from underneath the poinsettia pick. I felt like it needed something green in there too, not just all the silver. And I think this was just the perfect thing to add to him. And I love how he turned out so easy. Oh my gosh, let me know what you think of him. And you could make a whole family with these. Just use different pieces and cut them down to size. That's all I have today. You'll have to let me know which one was your favorite. You are truly a blessing to me. I've got another video on the screen that I think you'll really like. So if you click on it, I will see you there. Bye.